friends too.
All right, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good on my end.
Hey, going
John?
good. It looks like we have Gene here. Do we just want to bring him?
Gene! Heck yeah, let's get him up on in. Hey, what's going on, Gene?
Hey guys, do you need me to turn my phone sideways?
We could try it, see what happens.
It's all up to you.
Oh
Is that better?
yeah. That looks good. That looks good.
That looks good.
Nice. What's up, guys?
Not much, man.
man?
Just want to kind of introduce you to us. We are BleachBANGS, and my name is Randy. I'm in Oklahoma City.
Hi, Randy. How are you, dude?
Great.
I'm Ashton.
Yeah.
I'm also out here in Oklahoma City.
All right.
And I am John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Got some. Well, I'm Gene Lewis, and I'm in Orange County, California at the moment. But yeah, I'm originally from Missouri, so I get down with some of where you're at. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I saw that and I was like, he's going to know what we're talking about.
Yeah. I feel the pain. I mean, I hear you.
Yeah. So do we. So what's the temperature like in California right now?
I was just about to ask you guys. Yeah, we're doing all right. We got a little bit of what they call a heat wave out here. I mean, I've been out here 20 years now, or
Right.
25, I guess. And so I definitely have lost that thing of being able to handle stuff. You know, like when you're raised in that kind of weather, you go out and you skateboard or whatever back in the day, and you're out all day. It's below zero, or it's like with humidity like 115, and you're just down in Mountain Dew and going for it. You know?
Fuck yeah. But yeah, it's pretty brutal right now. I think we're gonna.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's not so much the if one day crested above 100, okay, tomorrow's gonna be better. This has been day after day, and the forecast is showing all of next week, and just like holy fucking balls.
Yeah, yeah. But I tell you what, though, you guys are able to pay the mortgage or whatever you have, because out here it's just unbelievable. We were looking at a house.
Shit,
dude, man, you can't even get a house out here for under 600, 700,000 that has a roof on it still. So not that I'm looking
Yeah,
to
that's
buy,
insane. Yeah, right.
No thanks. Yeah.
So you were a transplant, to California. You've been there about 20 years. How about the rest of the band? It's from what I saw, you only had one member that was like from California to start with.
I mean, depending on the week, it seems like there's been so many members of the group over the years, and that's a tough thing to do. I mean, people talk about be rewarded for being a band that's had original members for so long, and it's like,
Right.
yeah, but you're like $1 million making band. Of course, everyone's stuck around, but when you're a band that has so many ups and downs, as Bullets and Octane has had for decades now, it's one of those things where it's like you can't expect everyone to be like they're 22 years old and throw on a backpack and go sleep on floors across the UK and be cool with it.
Right.
People have you acquire bills and things, so and it's my baby, so I don't have like human kids, but my albums and the songs are the kids. So it's like, to me, I'll do whatever it takes, and no matter what happens, come fame, come fortune or not, I'm going to keep plowing away. And at some point, hopefully the story will be that the legacy will be, well, never really did much with it, but the guy did it for 800 years, and we need to. There should be a reward for fighting the good fight.
But speaking of, you've done music for so long. You started when you were so young, even touring to other countries at a young age. Tell us how all of that came about.
Yeah, I think I got paid more my first gig than I have any of my other gigs, which was $75. No, I remember my father, he's a Dixieland jazz musician, and He's a fantastic drummer, legendary drummer in St. Louis in the Midwest for
Okay.
playing in a place called Gaslight Square. It used to be a very like big band Dixieland jazz type of thing. I can only imagine the old cars and people dressed up to the nines, and
Right.
everything must have been amazing. But so he taught Dave Weckl, who's a famous fusion jazz drummer and all that stuff. And I remember he was like, he tested me on the drums, had a funny way of doing that. And he had a gig in Illinois. It was right after, I think it was right after the huge flood we had out in the Midwest. And I remember, I mean, it was a huge one. It went up through Illinois and everywhere. And it was like
Uh-huh.
up 20, 30 feet in the trees was the water. And I
Oh
remember he
shit.
took me out to Illinois to play this show, and you could actually still see like furniture in the trees and all this. It was a crazy day. But I showed up, and he had me sit in and play. One of the first songs I ever played musically was a song called Birth of the Blues. And I played with the band, and they passed the hat around, and they gave me all the cash in the hat for playing. It was like $75. I thought, oh my God, this is going to be easy peasy, man. I'm going to be a musician forever. And, if someone would have told me, like, hey, man, they're going to start downloading music, there'll be a thing called Napster. Don't do it.
Right.
Save yourself. Stay
Yeah.
in school.
Right.
In the school.
And, here we are, right?
Ah, and you alluded to it a little bit that the band is your baby. You have from start to finish been this is my baby. For 20 years, you have held on to this and have been rocking this and been flying this flag. How did you come about uh, with the name and putting all this together?
Yeah, man. I moved out with a group of guys. We were in a band. We came from Missouri in 1998 to Orange County, California, and I realized pretty quickly that being a because I started as a drummer, so being a drummer in a band, you're pretty much at the mercy of most likely the lead singer finding one of two things: heroin or a girl, and it's all over. So I realized quickly that I knew this is what I only graduated the eighth grade, and I was like, this is what I do. So nothing's going to be able to get in my way. So I'm like, hey, everybody, I'm going to start a band, and I'm going to be the lead singer and songwriter. And everyone's just like, oh my God, you have a terrible voice and you don't know shit about writing songs. So, luckily enough, my partner that was with me for so long with it, Brent Clausen, him and I, he came with me, and he was like, all right, man, I'll trust you on this. And it took me many years to learn how to write songs and to find what kind of voice I have now of
Hmm.
developing it. And we started trying to gig around Orange County and LA. And dude, we realized quickly that being a big fish in a small pond in St. Louis, Missouri, we were every time there was big groups coming through in St. Louis, they'd
Yeah,
have us main support, and it was great. But then as
absolutely.
soon as the circus left town, we were left with the cornfield, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
So out here, we're sitting around calling around like strip mall bars, going, "Hey, we got this brand new." I was so timid and young, I didn't know how to, call up and go, "Hey, blah, 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 blah." And they were like, "Yeah, we can get you in at the strip mall bar." They didn't call it that, but we can get you in about 3 months from now. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do anything out here? So I found the all ages club called Chain Reaction that was really booming at the time in Orange County. All the biggest bands had come through and cut their teeth there and all that stuff. And they were like, man, you guys ain't going to play here. You don't even have a fan base. In order to have a fan base, you have to play here. But the catch 22 double-edged sword is that you can only get a fan base by playing here. So we started doing this thing where we would start spray painting our band name everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I'm talking on Capitol Records in Los Angeles all the way to Dexter Holland from the Offspring's driveway. And
Holy
dude,
shit.
yeah, it got me in a lot of hot water, dude. There was a lot of red tape for years of like,
Bad press it is good press. It
it's
doesn't matter.
so so it ended up being a thing where we had a warehouse in Garden Grove, California, where we started. We were recording our own stuff and just building it up. And my partners and I, we were all just crazy lunatic drinking and partiers. So we would go to this Chain Reaction place and pass out flyers saying, "Come to our place," because I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of them were underage kids. And we're like, "Come
Hmm.
on in. We got a fridge full of beer and live music. Come here." And we started doing that and like charging $10 at the door in the warehouse, and they caught on to it at the club, the Chain Reaction Club, and they're like, "Listen, you're never going to play here if you keep trying to take our fans to your warehouse party." So I was kind of catching my lingo, and I'm like, "All right, well, how about I stop doing that and you start having my band play here?" And that
Uh-huh.
was literally the beginning of how it started to catch fire. And we were really good at what we did, just being charismatic and dressing crazy and all that. So it really caught on, and before long, it didn't take long, but we had a lot of people showing up, and then all of a sudden the record labels started calling. I remember I was working at Domino's Pizza at the time, and all of a sudden I'm folding boxes, and they're like, "Hey, Gene, you got a phone call?" Well, who is it? Nikki Sixx is on the phone,
Are
and
you
I'm like,
fucking kidding?
Yeah, exactly. That took the words out of my mouth.
Right.
And I get on the phone and I'm like, "Hey, man." And he's like, "I heard your song Pirates," which, by the way, today I found out Pirates, our song Pirates, just got over the 20 million streams mark. So the song that I'm referring to from back then just got over 20 million streams today, I found out. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely awesome.
That
Yeah.
is a good
Congratulations.
milestone.
Dude, yes.
I'll take my small victories wherever I can, fellas.
Hell
And
yeah.
so the word started getting around, and so, like, you know, so and so Box and Bond from Octane Records was calling. All these different record labels, everyone was calling, and it really happened quick. This buzz was coming along. So we signed to RCA Records and went on tour with like Avenged Sevenfold and Korn and Stone Sour, you name it. We were going out with everybody, and it was just happening. So we're on Headbangers
Nice.
Ball, MTV.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
It was just like, whoa, the dream has happened. I'm calling my mom. Guess what, your baby boy, all this shit. And
Fuck school. See, I told you. I told you.
I made it.
And just like every other rock and roll cliche of Los Angeles, I'm in Capitol Records. We're making our album. I'm on top of the fucking world. It's the tip of the iceberg. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to hang out with Elton John in no time. And which was kind of cool because as we're recording the album, in comes Paul McCartney. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. And he looks at me and he makes a joke. He goes, "Hey, mate, you should get a tattoo." I can't do the accent, but you get the idea. And he's making a joke because I'm littered in, tattoos and things. And he's the nicest guy, right? And to tell you how quickly of the rock and roll cliche it was, literally, it felt like months, but it was probably a few years. I was back working at a restaurant, delivering food in Los Angeles, and I remember had to deliver chicken to Capitol Records, and I show up and I look up at the big round building, and I'm like, man, I was just here like 5 seconds ago. It felt like starting my life, starting my dream. It was fucking happening. And I walk in, everyone still remembered me, the security guards, everything. And I'm surrounded by all the gold albums on the wall in the lobby waiting room. And they're like, "Oh, how's your band?" And I'm like, "Well, your total is $17.50. Would you like ketchup with that?" That's how my band's doing. But I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. Hey, man. That's the stuff that gives you. I know you guys have a million questions, and I'm just going for it.
I love the conversation, man.
I'm just telling you, man. It's all these things, and there's just stories beyond stories beyond stories, just stacked upon each other throughout the years of trying and clawing away some more, making more albums, working with this producer, that producer, and still just. The world was ever changing ever since like the 2000s. I felt like the music, but every time you like learned the new thing that was supposed to be the next thing, there was something else I have to do. Yeah. Now you're your own A&R guy, your own booking agent, your own record label, your own lawyer, good God. And you're doing it all, and you're trying to find a way to wear all these hats and somehow still do the part that's the creating of the song and doing all this stuff. It's really interesting, like what you have to kind of go through. And where we're at now, guys. You interview people and you're in the business all the time. Yeah. It's I see these record labels that I really looked up to. I'm not going to drop names, but ones that were credible labels who are going online and signing girls who have tape on their nipples, who know nothing about music, and they're just saying, well, they have 1.4 million followers, and that means like they're going to buy all their shit. Let's sign them. We'll put them in the studio with a Pro Tools session for a half an hour, get them a hit, and that's the music business.
Yeah, exactly. I actually heard Paris Hilton on a commercial on I think it was on Spotify. Hey, check out my new album on this and this and this, and backed by 1111 Records, and I'm like, I see what they're doing right there. They saw Paris Hilton and they're just like, oh, I'm gonna throw some fucking cash at this one.
Yeah, dude.
There's no way it's not gonna make it because look at her following.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And I'm glad you mentioned Paris Hilton, because that's always my best example. Is I use Paris Hilton, the Hilton sisters, that whole thing. Mm-hmm. It was the first thing that we knew worldwide, like, household name wise, as being famous for absolutely fucking nothing, right? Uh-huh. And then after that, let's cruise straight into the Kardashians and onward and upward we go, guys. And it's like you literally have to not know how to play. And then also you strap on top of that we have auto-tune, elastic for drums and all those different things,
Right.
to where you don't have to fucking even know what you're doing. So all the years I spent learning all the instruments, because on most of the Bullets albums, I played 90% of everything and wrote most of all the stuff too, depending on the
awesome.
album,
That's
depending on
awesome.
the era. But it's like all those things don't really have value. I hope that you guys would agree.
Yeah,
too,
they
that
do.
I think, yeah,
Yes.
I agree as well. I do think that things always do, as we know. Like, for my best example, I guess the one I could say at the moment is like hair metal stuff. Everything has to run to its full gambit, where the hair got bigger, the leather got tighter, and the kids were just like, yeah, we're kind of over this. This isn't
Yeah.
really. And so then all of a sudden, what's the complete opposite? Nirvana, right? Like something real and pure and all that stuff on a commercial level, right? And then I remember even like at that same Chain Reaction place around 2015, I was talking to the sound guy who worked there forever. We're outside. There's a band in there just Cookie Monstering it up, rah, rah, as loud and as fast and as heavy as you can be, or tuned down as low as you can go. And I was looking at him and I go, where do we go from here? Like, what's the next thing that, if we're as loud at this point, shock rock is dead. You only have two arms, and I can only cut off one per show, and then the tour's over. So where are we going to go? And we laughingly were just kind of going, it's going to probably go back to worldly instruments like fiddles and weird stuff. And we're like, we're lucky today. Fast forward 3 years later, and I remember driving, in LA delivering food, of course. And I remember hearing on the radio some of these songs, Mumford and this and Mumford and
Oh
Sons
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. And I'm like, holy shit, it happened. Like,
yeah.
it's back to this thing where everyone's singing about down by the river and the mountain called my name. And I'm like, who's listening to K-Rock out here in Los Angeles, relating to the guy who's wearing like 1940s suspenders and a straw hat, and then there's like banjos and bass drums and synthesizers. Shit got weird, boys. Shit got weird. And you can just end the interview now. End the interview.
Mission
everybody,
accomplished.
thanks for coming. That's the end of the show.
Yeah.
So right here, right now, what do you think the magic combination for selling music and booking shows is right now?
Man, I mean, I'm surprised I still have hair, because I've spent my whole life out on this patio, just like stressing, what's the next thing, and honestly, there is no answer. There's no way to predict the future. I honestly just look at something. A good example in my mind right now is like Flogging Molly, right? Like, who in a million years would have thought Dave King, I think his name is, would have, like, he was doing, he openly would shamelessly talk about, like, in the 80s, doing some of that cock rock stuff. They all did. Alice in Chains, they all did. And then all of a sudden, somehow in his like 40s, I'm assuming, or something, I could be wrong with my facts here, but somehow has a punk rock Irish band that blows up. My point is that I think you're going to go crazy in general here by trying to figure it out. I think just do what you do, know who you are, do what you do, and beat the shit out of it. Put yourself in your parameters and just know what it is that you do. And just know, especially now, things flip on a dime so quickly, in my personal opinion, to where in the 90s, grunge lasted a fucking decade. It really did. But then when we got into the early 2000s with screamo, emo, and all the pop punk, branches. But nowadays, whenever someone tells me, hey man, you should hear this new song on active rock, you should really write a song like this. And I always say, like, man, by the time, if I played the game, and by the time I recorded that song, got the label to get behind it, all the bullshit that comes along with it,
it's over.
that sound is going to be out the window. It's going to be gone. I mean, I don't know if that answers your question, but
it really did, because going back to what you were saying about playing 98% of all the instruments, and playing instruments right now has no value. But I really believe that it's going to turn right back to playing your instruments. I mean, they are going to play this digital, recorded, synthesizer thing out, and I'm hoping that the next turn is real musicians. I mean, I don't want to say they're not real musicians, but a lot of them just have, if you can get a YouTube channel and a good following, you're in.
Well, a lot of music nowadays is how good you are at working a computer and how good you are at editing. Like, yeah, you might be good at like playing instruments, but
You'll never
You're
pull that
good
off
with the
live.
mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you are absolutely right. Well, and first thing I want to address something. I don't know if we're being haunted by a ghost or someone has a baby, but there's some interesting sounds going on. I hear, "Ooh," and I'm like, oh, cool. It's like
It's
my
probably
paranormal.
definitely my background.
No, sorry, I just thought that was funny. But I will say, man, I was, I'm part of that stupid generation where I was raised by Wayne and Garth, Beavis and Butthead, Bill and
Yeah.
Ted. I was raised that being smart was stupid. It really was. I mean,
Mhm.
and I hate to say that, but now that I'm an adult-ish age, I'm kind of looking at it like, man, this sucks. I really bought in to the stereotype of being dumb is fucking cool. That's what it was. And I was the guy who turned away computers. And I will be the first to admit this, and it's really kind of almost embarrassing now, but I've still never to this day have owned a computer. I still don't have a computer. I have the cell phone you're talking to me on, and people had to twist my arm to get one of these ones that doesn't go like this and flips open, like an old person. So I was the guy, and I thought that that just wasn't really the cool thing to do. I'd rather pick up the guitar or beat on the drums or something. And I've definitely have paid the price, man. I know that for sure. I'm a talented dude. I'm okay with saying
Mhm.
that. Very, very
Yeah.
confident about saying that. But because my lack of knowledge about social medias and different things and picking up with where everyone's at, it's
Mhm.
definitely hindered me. And I've always had to rely on other people and outsource stuff, and it had to suffer because of that. So hey kids, stay in school and click on the return button and do all your stuff.
Typing class. Isn't it even called typing class anymore?
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I know. Hey, but I'm hoping that all of us here still know cursive, right? We're all still in that.
Oh yes, dude. I'll tell you
Yep.
what. I tell you what. The funnest thing to do is get in with a group of your nieces and nephews and those type of things, and ask them what time it is on that analog clock on the wall.
Wow, I never thought
Yeah,
about that.
dude. All they see is digital. They have no earthly idea what
Yeah,
time it is.
yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I bet kids would think it's Hebrew, writing my name in cursive for them. They'd be like, "Whoa, what is that Japanese?" Like, no, no, this is actually some shit you should know. Because I was thinking, what's
Yeah.
their signature going to be? I know everything's e-sign and electronic signature,
Yeah.
but like to have your
True.
sign, like your signature, like
Right.
I want, yeah, is that it? Yeah. I was because
Pretty
I really
much.
am getting older, gentlemen, and it's like getting to a point where I live in pretty quiet Orange County at the moment because when COVID hit, I ran for the hills and went down
Mhm.
here from Hollywood. But everyone's in race cars out here, it seems like, and every time we're driving, I see people looking straight down, like
Yeah.
they're doing 70 in the fast lane, man, and they're still just texting straight down, not even looking. And I was like thinking, I just like to drive. It's like I'm not going to mess
Mhm.
with that. And I think like, man, but if the kids now that are driving, they were raised with them, the parents going, shut up and here's a iPad, just be
Yeah.
quiet back there. And so
Yeah.
they equate driving with they still should be able to do these things.
Mhm.
But I can't believe we're having an interview and I'm bitching about fucking kids.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love
That's what we're here for, though.
How about we switch gears here and I'll say, guess what we have coming up on July 12th?
July 12th. I actually saw on your Facebook you were teasing to something. Is this where we're going?
Yeah, we might as well get there before I go into talking about insurance premiums, right?
Oh.
Because I will.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, I'll tell you a quick story. So about a month ago or something like that, I was on what the kids call a tic tac or something, and I'm scrolling through, and I got some messages, and I'm like, oh, look at this, and every big musician has fan pages, left and right, fan pages, fan pages,
Yeah.
and I get a message, and I was like, this can't be the real dude. And I'm at this, like I said, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, I'm just gonna reach out and say what's up and just take chances. I mean, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
older, and it's
Okay.
So I reach out and I go, yo, dude, if this is really you, here's my number. Hit me up. This would be great. Something along those lines.
Mhm.
And a little bit of talk. And then the next day, I get a phone call from a 666 number, and I'm like, no way. This can only be.
Huh.
Sure enough, man, it was Steve Stevens. He hit me up, and he was like,
Shit, yeah.
and I was like, dude, like, no way. Like, he's like, man, I've heard of the band. I know your music. I'm a fan of what you do, but really, I just love your positive morning messages after you jog and stuff. That's what really drew me in. But I love what you're doing. And I was like, I'd love to send you something I'm working on currently right now, if that's cool. And he's like, absolutely. I sent him the song. He goes, dude, that's great. And I go, well, it needs a guitar solo. to
I
one
think
of
you
you.
need to prove
But
who you really are
that would
right now.
have been good. Yeah. I don't believe you. Let's see what you got. So sure enough, dude, he's like, okay, and I'm like, holy cow. So, but still, yeah, hesitant. I was a little hesitant, and he sent it back within hours, guys, which
Oh,
that was surprising too,
wow.
but also led to me being skeptical, right?
Yeah.
So I heard it, and I'm like, holy shit, it's him, and I was like, man, that solo is amazing. You wouldn't. I'm like, I'm just gonna go for the jugular, man. I'm like, you wouldn't want to be in the music video, would you? And he's like, well, if I'm gonna be in the music video, I might as well play on the whole song. And I'm like, this is just candy from the baby. This is amazing. So, dude, so first off, sweetest, nicest, most humble rock star legend that I've ever met, and I've met a bunch of them and everything. And this guy is just like the kindest, coolest guy, and he's so attentive and very, very sweet. And he flew down. He lives in Vegas. Flew down just to be in the video, and showed up. He was ready to go. We shot it in like
Really
an
cool.
hour and a half, and we text back and forth like every day, man. And he's just the coolest dude. And he invited us the other day, 12 minutes away from my place. Him and Billy Idol happened to be playing in a backyard party for like some rich people, and he invited
Dang.
me and my songwriting and producer partner Clay Davies, who's he pretty much he produced and worked on the track and
Uh-huh.
co-wrote the track. And I brought my girl down, and we hung out and just hung out in the backyard with Matt Sorum, Billy Idol, and Steve Stevens and
Shit.
Macy Gray. And it was just like, what is going on? This happened from like
God.
checking messages on a Tic Tac, and the coolest thing. I mean, so I just feel so blessed and honored that, because we all grew up with watching Dirty Diana, Michael Jackson.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
in it. That's him.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
And Rebel Yell, all that
Uh-huh.
stuff on Headbangers Ball in the 80s and 90s. And so, really honestly, like kind of really blew some like breath of fresh air into our sales of relaunching and revamping and branding the band again this time around. And what better way to do it than with such a great guy like Steve Stevens? So on
Yeah.
July 12th, the single comes out. No One Gets Out Alive is the name of the song by Bullets and Octane, featuring Steve Stevens, and I'm so excited and proud of it, guys.
Dude, that is so
That
good. I think
sounds
that's the
awesome.
closest we've ever got to an exclusive.
Yeah,
That's
there
pretty
it
solid.
is.
Hey, and with that said, Randy, I think before we do run ourselves through time, we need to get a little sound clip.
Okay.
Who I'm sure you have.
Oh, show off who we're talking to.
Yeah. We're gonna do a little bit of vampires. Just a short little clip, but don't want anybody flagging us on YouTube and Facebook. But here we go. The man.
A little evil since the day that I was born. Meet me in the shadows, let the sinning begin. We're living just like vampires. We're the creatures in the night. Night or day don't matter now. The future's on fire. We're burning here in paradise. A fool will rise and hide. Without a warning, there's no love. 'Cause I want your fucking blood.
Woo!
Yes.
Woo,
I
man,
love that.
my throat hurts. My throat hurts just hearing it. Like, I'm like,
Right.
That's why I had to have that in part. I was just like, yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Man, I do. I just talk, wear it all on my sleeve and just speak my mind. But every time I hear stuff like that, I'm just like, how on earth am I going to play that every night on the road?
Right.
Holy
A lot of water.
Yeah. A lot of
Nina,
water, dude. That
I'm
is
going
the
to ask
trick.
you the most difficult question probably that you hear tonight because it is based off of technology. Where is the best place for fans and people that might be watching this to go find you and your stuff?
Yeah, great question. Everybody, if you want to talk to me, go to Instagram, Bullets and Octane Official. Hit me up. I love chatting, as you can see. So hit me up, Bullets and Octane Official on Instagram. Also, go check out, we have a slew of music videos. We put out like 12 videos this year. So go to Bullets and Octane Official for the YouTube channel. That's me. Hit me up, talk to me, listen to some stuff, talk about insurance premiums, whatever you want to talk about. I'm there to fulfill your ranting and your raving. Let's do it.
That's really cool. Hey, Ashton, do you have the website?
Maybe.
All
Maybe I
right.
do. Maybe I don't.
Well, looky there.
I'm always ready. Come on now.
That's what he do. That's what he do.
And
Yeah.
while you guys are out there on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like the stuff. It boosts their numbers. It helps them out in the long run. Make sure you
It's
do that.
huge.
And also
Even
do
if he
that
doesn't
on
know
our
what it
page.
does, it helps him.
Go to our page too and do the same thing. All right,
That's
thanks.
right. Yeah, go to all our pages.
Right? Go to everything.
Yeah, Bullets and
Yeah,
Octane.
it's
Yeah,
a
but your
cool little
best bet.
website too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
heck yeah.
I barely mess with that. I tell you, man, the best bet. Everybody, hit me up on the good old Bullets and Octane official Instagram. That's where I always go to.
There you go. Is it going to
Yeah,
take you there? Is it going to take you there?
is
I
it? I don't
got
know.
to I got to change
okay.
over. I got to change
I
over.
would.
Hang on, it's gonna be worth it. I got to
It's going to
change
be
over.
worth it. Hey.
There it
Bam!
is.
I got to change over.
Yeah,
Boom.
look at it. All this technology. So exciting.
I know, right?
I was
love
really
it.
excited to talk to you. I knew it was going to be exactly like what you've been doing already. Just from your reels and your shorts on Facebook. I was like, this guy is carefree and he likes to chat. I like
Yeah,
this guy.
I was actually thinking, man, like I've been getting a lot of people telling me, like close friends and people that know that the music industry and stuff is a struggle and they care. And they're
Mhm.
like, man, you should really do some like a rock and roll kind of Anthony Bourdain thing, man. Cause, and this is what I do between songs, so much so to where the band goes, hey, we've been up here 30 minutes. You want to play a second song? You know, and I just love connecting and talking, man. I get out there, I hug people in the crowd, and it's that's what it's all about, man. Music's just kind of the vehicle for connecting for me at this point. So I love it. I'm looking forward to it. Getting out there.
I absolutely love that. But that was actually one of the questions that I had. What can people expect from a Bullets and Octane show?
Man, none of it's really scripted. None of it's we write this, the songs are written down, and it's always a little something different depending. I like to do something, actually very selfish reason. I like to go out and talk to everybody before the show. I go out to the crowd, I go out in the line out front if there is one, and I I meet people, I hang out, we play songs, I'll bring my acoustic out, and it breaks the ice personally for
Nice.
me. It's a selfish thing kind of, but it also warms up my voice because I'm like yelling, "Hey, everybody, how the fuck you doing?" So I get to warm up my voice, I get to meet people, and soon as like you hit, because like I said, not a household name, Bullets and Octane, so a lot of times you still get the arms crossed, got to
Hmm.
prove yourself thing, and it's like, here
Hmm.
we go again. So I like to get that shit over with before we even hit the stage, and as soon as we get out there, I'll know their names and start calling people out and being like, hey, there he is, that's the tow truck driver, if anyone has to drink tonight, this is the guy. And I always look at it like, dude, I don't have the best voice in the world, and I openly admit that. I don't give a shit. And it's like, but I love the David Lee Roth approach to it, man. Just get out there, make people smile. The whole thing is freedom and to make people forget about their stupid day job they're going to in the morning, man. Just let them, and I'll see it. And if there's a vibe to it, there truly is, not to get all hippy dippity on this stuff, but there truly does become a transformational thing that happens when the time is right. Not every show, but a lot of shows. And there's this thing feeding back and forth, and I get crazier, they get crazier. I go out there, we get
Yeah.
the pit going, I make you sing, even if you don't know the words, you're singing something in my microphone, I tell you what. So it's a good old time, man, and that's what keeps it fresh.
I absolutely love that approach. I mean, that way, I bet it takes a lot of the jitters away because you've already met them. I
Yeah,
mean, so the introduction's already been done. So
yeah,
once you get up there to actually perform, it's like, I'm just doing it with my friends right here.
yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly it,
That's
man.
really cool.
Yeah, I
That's a
love
great approach.
that.
Yeah. It works.
Well, thank you so much, Gene. Is there anything else that you'd like to get out there? Do you have any tour dates? Any place that folks around California can come and see you real soon?
Right now we're in the studio finishing up this album, taking our time with it and everything. We're probably going to be releasing some demos that happened during COVID to kind of keep wet the whistle and keep it going. So
Hmm.
right now, just be on the lookout for more music videos, more brand new singles about every 5 to 6 weeks, and we're basically pushing everything towards the end of the year and exploding in 2025. So get ready for it. The next video comes out, next single with Steve Stevens, July 12th. No One Gets Out Alive by Bullets and Octane. Check us out, Bullets and Octane Instagram, Bullets and Octane Official. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
You.
You have a great evening.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you,
Be
man.
safe.
Have a good one, man.
So
man.
cool.
How do I turn?
Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
That was awesome. I love people that talk, and it's just like, yes, I love the stories.
I love the conversation part of it. If we don't get to one single fucking question, it's great. It's great.
Yeah,
So,
it's still worth it. We
I
still
think
get a
he's-
lot of valuable everything.
And I did just go follow him on Instagram as well, so you guys do the same.
I think he's struggling
good.
down there getting turned off.
He just moved in circles.
But it's all good. Gene, we can't see you. You're fine. All right. It looks like Bridges Ablaze has shown up. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring them on in.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Hey,
how
guys.
are you?
Doing good. We're doing good. How are you?
Absolutely wonderful. Just want to kind of quickly introduce ourselves. My name is Randy. I am in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton. I'm also out of Oklahoma City.
Woohoo. Nice to meet you.
And I am John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Hey, nice to meet you. Howdy. Greetings from Texas. Yep.
I love it. I love
it.
I did this for you guys. Texas is my
Lord.
happy place.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's Texas.
And Randy, before we
Oh,
get
Lord.
too far, it says it's probably your fault down below your name. Is that supposed to still be there?
Yeah, because it's probably whatever's going to happen. It's probably my fault. Okay. Yeah.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Probably is.
I'm just trying to foreshadow something, so hopefully it actually. So if anything goes wrong, it's this guy.
Uh-oh. I feel that.
So you guys are out of Austin?
Yes,
Are you-
sir.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Austin or around Austin.
No, you got her in the money. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's the music scene like in Austin?
Honestly, it's sort of a small world, but it's also weirdly big. It's really hard to explain. Like everybody somehow knows everybody, but there's always like 10 more people that you somehow don't know somehow. I don't know.
But there's a bass player in your friend's band.
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
It's pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Every block is different, or I should say, every bar is different.
Okay.
Walking around your country, the next one you hear pop, then EDM, and then rock, death metal. You're like, whoa, this is sick.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
really cool. That's really cool. So tell us a little bit about Bridges Ablaze. It's just the two of you, correct?
Well, yeah, I guess when it comes to like the songwriting unit, it's us and our producer, but then we have, our friends doing, bass and drums for us and stuff.
Okay, cool. And
Kinda cool.
and you're pretty diverse. I mean, how do you guys decide what you're going to write next? I mean, you guys travel the gauntlet. I mean, you get really heavy and you get really mellow, and you're all over the place. What kind of feeling do you have to when you're writing a song?
Man, a lot of this really just goes into what we're going through. Maybe the given moment, the given week, past things that have happened or that we're just looking forward to. I mean, it just really, really depends, what we're really feeling.
Yeah, I feel like every song is just kind of its own thing. We'll have like an idea in our heads, and it usually will never sound the same to something we've done before. And Ruben will come up with something. I'll be like, oh, it's awesome. I'll do the same, and we'll just run with it. And we get to the studio, and then we just go hard on it.
Awesome.
Everything just kind of is randomly different. We don't really try to force things, They just like happen, and we just try to go with them.
That's the best way to do it.
Heck yeah, I wish I didn't have to force things. I'd love to be a songwriter. There's just no way. I have tried. It's like I'll spend a whole year and have one verse, and I go, all right, I give up, man. I give up. And that's just it. If you have to force it, it's probably not for you.
I mean, at the same time, though, I feel like one of our songs that'll be coming out like later this year. That song has gone through so many iterations. It took like 2.5 years to complete. Heartbroken Angel took like 10 years to complete. Honestly,
wow.
it's been through so many different versions.
Right.
See, Randy,
So-
you just have to wait it out.
Did I give up too soon? Did I give up too soon?
Yeah, it sound like it.
Yeah, I don't. As a songwriter, I'd always recommend just sitting with it. If it doesn't get anywhere, just keep it. One day it'll pop back up somehow. Like 5 years later, you'll be like, "What?" No,
Plug it in, plug the verses into a whole different song. I've actually done that. It's like, wait a minute, this is like a Frankenstein song now, but it kind of fits. I kind of see what happened there.
Literally, we've had that experience before. Like I did that with a solo once from like an unused collaboration, and I was like, "Oh, I really love this solo," so we just took it, added to it, and that actually became like half the Heartbroken.
Really cool.
Yep.
That is perfect.
With you guys, with you saying that everything comes out and seems different to you guys, how much does other music out there influence your writing styles as each new song comes about?
Oh man, heavily.
Yeah, most definitely heavily. I mean, earlier we were just listening to
Excuse me.
lo-fi hip hop. I mean, we were just listening to the beats, and then I was trying to freestyle, just going with it, And earlier today, I was listening to Era, heavy breakdowns and Suga, all that cool stuff. So just, I don't know, man. I wish I could really tell you an exact answer.
Yeah, I feel like we like a lot of different things. We like a lot of different types of rock and metal and a lot of guitar-based stuff, a lot of kind of music theory-based stuff. And so, yeah, we'll just kind of listen to whatever. And I feel like that sort of just randomness and complexity kind of just drives our song writing. I feel like we both just love so many different things. So we're always kind of like in a different orientation whenever we start writing new riffs. I feel like that's how it is with me. Like, I feel like it's almost impossible to ever be who I was. You know what I mean? I'm always changing. So
Really cool. Do you have a special songwriting recipe that you follow? Like, okay, it's got to start out like this. It's got to have a bridge into this, or is it just how does that work?
Man, honestly, not really. I remember one of the songs, we actually built it from the chorus out. Other songs we started with a clean bridge, and then it just spreads out. Even from a solo, it spreads out from there. I guess it just really varies. Brian, what would you say?
yeah, it's really honestly quite variable. I mean, at a certain point, there is sort of a general verse chorus thing going on in most of our songs, but that said, there's some subtleties, in each one. Like sometimes there's like a pre-chorus this way, sometimes there's not, sometimes there's like all these post-choruses or bridges or breakdowns or solo sections.
I love that. I love that. That is
Yes.
really cool because you keep it unique and you keep surprising everybody because they don't know what they're going to get. Yeah, I love it.
For sure. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of another thing we like doing is we'll kind of just write a bunch of random songs and then we'll kind of look at them and we'll be like, okay, what is going to be the most unexpected song to put next? And we usually try to do
Oh,
that.
cool.
So, like, what's the next just what the hell we can do, Yeah.
But it's the shock factor. I mean, that's what makes people keep listening. It's like, well, shit, I wasn't expecting that. Boom, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm really stoked to put out these new ones because they're just, I feel like we've just been getting better, we put a lot of work into them.
Very cool.
Let's get a little sound clip so we don't get pushed to the end of the segment like we did and forget.
Run it last second.
All right, we're going to do a little Bridges Ablaze Numb.
This feeling, it's so dark, it's cold, shattered silence. Keep taking within me, so breathless, suffocating.
That's awesome. So you can just
I
see
love
how
that.
technical everything is. It's just like, man, that showcases it right there.
Yeah. And that
Okay,
music
there you are.
video was freaking insane.
Thank you. Yeah, that one we were just like kind of sitting there, and it was Ruben. Ruben was just like going crazy on these drums, and I was like,
Hell
man,
yeah.
that's nuts.
Writing impossible.
Just hit the record button and leave me alone.
Hell yeah.
I was having a little too much fun with MIDI. I think Brian had just showed me how to add all these double bass sections. And
That's what I was listening. I was like, dude, the double bass sounds fucking killer.
Sounds, yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
and I remember Brian started adding to it because I pretty much had the intro, a little bit of the chugs. He stepped in, and then once we took it to Robbie, our producer, he just turns around and was like, "Y'all trying to kill your drummer?" We need to break it up, make it playable. We're like, okay.
No, I got to keep up. Come on now.
That's good stuff. See, that right there is the example of what I mean. You guys are way up here, and you'll come way over here, and it's just like you're everywhere, and it's intriguing. You guys really keep me intrigued, and it's amazing. It's
Thank you.
amazing. I love what you're doing.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, our new stuff we think you'll like. Like, there's a lot of really unique things coming up, in our new songs. So
That's the little teaser for us. And when do you have expectations of that all coming out to us?
September and December.
Two new ones. They're very catchy. We just got back from the studio with Robbie again, and we were just both blown away. Like, dude, this is us. He pushed us, singing higher. It's
Cool.
insane.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Some of our new stuff, like the new stuff we've been tracking, is like really heavy. So we're just getting heavier.
Yeah.
So with that, do you guys have plans on hitting the road or big shows coming up outside of Texas as well?
Inevitably, yeah. But in terms of just shows in general, we're kind of eyeballing towards the end of the year, maybe like December.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
just
we
don't
just
go
got
north. Don't go north in December. It's colder up there.
Yeah. Yeah, Texas isn't too bad. I mean, unless it is.
I love that. We were just down in Houston, and I'm telling you, wow, it's fucking hot, dude. And the
Humidity is
Wow.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Houston's nuts. Like that storm recently, like
Yeah.
insanity. We were actually tracking during the storm, and there was a tornado like 30 minutes from us.
Oh Lord.
Disaster outside.
Keep it running. Keep it running.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Stuff's going on the outside. We look, oh, wow, it looks terrible. Let's keep riffing.
That looks terrible.
That'd be a cool sound.
Too bad we don't have a TV with the news channel on it.
Good idea. Get
That's
inspiration.
hilarious. But yeah, it was wild. Like pieces of the tree on the roof, like crazy.
Oh wow. Yeah. And lots of water going on down there right now. Or like a week ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about a week ago that everything like Galveston and stuff is just flooding. It's starting to creep to Houston. We're like, we were just there.
Yeah, we were like, ooh.
It's wild. Yeah, the weather's been really crazy this year in general, and I'm hoping the winter isn't too cold.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's get let's get your one-stop shop for where everybody can go find everything Bridges Ablaze. And Ashton's probably got a website pulled up to show everybody as well.
Oh yeah, just Bridges Ablaze, bridgesablaze.band.com. Pretty much has everything. Yeah,
Hey, that's us.
You knew he had it ready.
How did you know? I'm just gonna like not set up next time and just let y'all deal with it.
All right, merch. Yes.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna
We have
say the
better
most
merch.
important page.
we
Dude,
have.
I love that maroon.
It's
I like
just
the
starter.
pink.
Thank you so much. It's just starter merch for now. We actually have some really, really sick new designs coming. So
Yeah.
yeah.
These designs are sweet. I didn't see those.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who
Dude,
does-
we should definitely do a giveaway with these guys.
Yeah, giveaway's a great idea, dude. Honestly.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you guys want to do, we'll help you. Anytime you guys have anything that you want to announce, just remember you're part of the family now. And just anytime you have something, just message one of us. Yeah, hit us up on Facebook. Talk to your publicist and say, hey, how do I get a hold of them? Whatever. And we would love to have you on. Anything that you guys have going on, whether you have different tour dates, new video coming up, or just new merch. Hell yeah.
Rock and roll. Yeah, we'll let you know. Thank you so much, honestly. And have you guys heard the new song Apocalypse?
I have not.
Oh,
I
y'all
have
should
not
check
either.
it out. It's everywhere. So
The music video was a ton of fun. Zombies.
If it's out there, we can get a little preview going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just give me a
What-
minute. I
Wasn't
can get it
so
pulled
ready
up.
now, Ashton.
Yeah,
Where you-
I got it.
Well, when things come out of the blue.
And yeah, so you guys had the video Numb playing earlier. So at the very end, we disintegrate, right?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
This one is somewhat a continuation. We actually, come back
Nice.
in a
Cool.
different
Cool.
verse.
You've got like storyline videos. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps, yeah.
I mean, I didn't say
No. No? What? Yes?
All right. I told you I'm good at my job. Come on now.
Oh, well, where's it at? Where's it at? Okay.
This fire's all consuming.
With the gun.
Destruction all around me. Lay me down to sleep forever. It's lurking deep within me. A certain desolation. Nothing left but falling ashes.
Good, yeah. Heck yeah.
I know what I'm doing after this show. Good Lord.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, that one's really heavy. It's got a lot of cool guitar stuff.
Yeah, that was all right.
Absolutely wonderful. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And like I said, you're part of the family. Just hit us up with anything that you guys have going on. And we'll love to share it on our Facebook, our Instagram. We've got Twitter. We've got TikTok. We'll put you right back on. I mean, just let us
Thank you.
know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. We think you'll like this next video. We just got done figuring out a concept with our team, essentially our videography team, and like sort
Okay.
of concept design. And the design we're coming up with is freaking nuts. Like, it's freaking insane.
I'm excited for it now.
Yeah.
If it's anything like those last two, I'm ready.
I see John going exclusive. What is it?
Yeah, it's the same team.
Dude, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
love
the
it.
same. It's the same team. It's a husband and wife duo. It's the Conscien family. They're so freaking good.
Wow.
Oh my god. So,
Really?
They're talented. That is.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
those are good looking videos. They really are. That's what I was gonna say. He's like, dude, that video.
you guys. I'm pretty impressed with us because this is our first time on this new platform we're using tonight, and it seems like everything was pretty smooth. Like we had good transition stuff, but I'm really disappointed because it's our first show on this new platform, and nobody mentioned Kiss.
Hey!
John.
We could have left it out for one show.
Or you could have let them organically say, yeah,
I just had to make sure it got used on the
that it was
first
going to
song.
happen.
Oh Lord.
oh,
yeah. Well, as you can see, Kiss is John's favorite band. And
love that
sometime during almost every interview and every show, somehow Kiss comes up, and it's usually the people we're talking to. Usually, John doesn't have to push the button himself. But,
I mean, I will congratulate him. I think that's only the second time he's ever brute forced it in a show.
You got
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Right.
it's pretty good.
We're blind. We're so. This is a classic. Oh yeah. Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Always Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Always Iron
Hell
Maiden.
yeah.
Come on now.
Iron Maiden, man. That's the OG. It's
Absolutely.
I'm with you
I'm
on that
wearing
one.
Maiden shirt tonight. I wasn't thinking.
You didn't know that was going to happen, did you?
No, I didn't.
Right?
Need to
my
get me an
Lord.
Eddie, little Eddie background we can pull up now.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Just add it to the list.
We can do that. We can
should
do
have
that.
worn my Iron Maiden shirt. That's okay. Stuff.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much. And it's been an absolute pleasure. And be careful out there in Texas. Dude, it's been wild.
Sure.
It's been wild.
We'll be all right. We'll be
Yeah.
good.
We'll be all right. We did this last year.
It's like every season is an event. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be all
I
right.
love it. Well, thank you guys very much. And it was a pleasure. And like I said, anytime you want to be on, just let us know. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
It was
guys.
a pleasure. Pleasure was ours as well. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Take it heavy.
You guys, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Everything seems to
was.
have worked well, other than me not finding my password to Facebook because I tried and you told me that was an old password you changed 3 months ago, and I was like, oh, at least I had it right from what it was.
It's like, can I change it back? Because that's the one that I remember.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Can we just like go back?
So you know it's me because that was my password. Can we just?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I do want to kind of touch base on a couple of things. Got to go see Sebastian Bach at the Diamond Ballroom, and it was absolutely amazing. I've seen Sebastian with Skid Row and by himself and all kinds of things throughout the years, but I honestly really thought this was one of his better shows. And it was, you could tell everything was, it was live, just like he's very set on that as being a live vocalist. And there was some things, that wasn't beautiful, which is great. I love to see the things that aren't just fucking beautiful. And, he did really good, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of waiting for Lizzie Hale to walk out when the lights went up, but she didn't. But I was okay with Sebastian because that's who we went to go see, and it was really good. He played some of his new stuff. He played some stuff from Slave to the Grind, and he played some stuff from Skid Row, which was absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that if you get a chance to go see Sebastian, he's still got it.
Did you happen to run into any of our friends at that show?
I ran into Zane. Zane was there. Zane came up to me. He was like, "Son of a bitch, how did I not know he could sing like that?" And I'm like, "Dude," he goes, "This shit's fucking amazing." And then in true Zane fashion, he finished that conversation and he just took off. I don't think I saw him again.
Yeah.
So, Zane was there, and Jeff was there. Talked to Jeff a little bit. Trying to think of who you guys might know, or you might know John. That was pretty much all of them that I saw there.
I only asked that because I know that Sniper from the Midnight Devils was at that.
Oh yeah, I talked to Sniper.
There it is.
Dude, I am so sorry. I don't think he knew who we were, or he didn't know who
Oh.
I was. So his fiance Mary photographs as well, and she brought him over. Hey, Christy, here's Sniper, and we're like, dude, what's up? And I had no idea he was there, and he kind of looks at us like, I should know you, but the name is not there. So yes, I actually did talk to him and did see him.
Right on. That's awesome.
Hey, Ashton, would you? Okay.
I was about to take that one over.
All right.
So those people that don't know are best friends, a little closer than that, but over at the Transylvanian Symphony Foundation, just got a whole bunch of new shirts designed. Whole bunch.
Hey, can you click on that?
Which
to make
is-
it bigger?
Possibly. Not really. It
No.
took me to another page, but it didn't really make it much bigger. But
All right, worth a shot.
I mean,
Second.
yeah, it was worth the shot, but a whole bunch of sick designs, and the whole point obviously is Halloween themed. So every single shirt is Halloween themed. The Wolfman was their start. Whole bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna go through all that like crazy because I wanted to show that part first. Because if you come and see till July 4th, so that's coming up very, very, very soon. They're giving away 2 GA tickets to Rocklahoma. So every single dollar that you spend, every dollar gets you entered. So anything on their store at all. And the biggest thing about them is they gift music. Everything that they do, they are gifting music to people who can't get it otherwise. People who are less fortunate in less fortunate areas, hard to reach areas, things like that. That's what they do. As you guys can see, they're going everywhere, absolutely everywhere with music, and every single dollar that you guys spend on the TSF website not only gets you to win those Rocklahoma tickets, but it helps them for their cause. It helps push them to bring music to everyone. And it doesn't even you don't have to go and pay them a whole bunch of money. If you guys have some dust collectors sitting in your house, keyboards, violins, anything that can make sound, pretty much, they will take. They have a fantastic team behind them that refurbishes, repairs, cleans everything with instruments. All of the guys running it are musicians, so they even give them little stress tests, make sure that they are top of the line, ready to go. So donations of any kind helps them and just gets music out to everyone, because I mean, music is everywhere in your life. It's movies, TV shows, you're in your car, everything. If you listen, there's music, restaurants, everything has music. And this is helping some people strive through music and heal through music in places that normally wouldn't. So on top of their new shirts and all that.
Yes, and they also, I don't know if you can read that, but I think they've got another little contest type thing going on there. If you can guess what musician has partnered with Transylvania.
Yep. TSF actually managed to get a pretty cool partner.
Yeah. And
so take your guesses.
Take your guesses, and I believe that's part of the thing too. If you guess correctly, you're going to be entered in for the Rocklahoma tickets as well. So it's really cool. Just throw it out there. Share it.
You miss
with your
every
friends.
shot you don't take.
Exactly.
Just send it. It's free. It's free 99 to post a freaking comment or two.
You say it's free 99?
It's free 99.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right.
The bad jokes.
You know you love it.
Oh goodness. Well, thank you guys. That was an absolutely fun show. I love it when people just take off and just talk, man. It's great.
Makes our jobs easier.
Yeah, so much easier.
For sure, for sure. Remember to go out there, like them on Instagram, like their videos on YouTube. Do the same with ours. Maybe you'll see more updates of when we go live. I don't know how that works.
Absolutely.
That makes sense, right? Yeah, just do that.
Yeah,
Just
you'll get an alert.
Subscribe, do that thing. Do that
And
thing.
I got all the websites in the comments. So even if you guys don't remember or don't want to go hunting, they're in the comments. Just go clicky click.
Yeah. Ready to
Trying
play it
make
out,
life
boys?
easy on everyone.
Let's play it out.
We bang your ugly friends too.